totally a case of winner takes all. And the Manchester United victory tonight will still need some help from Everton at Highbury this coming Saturday. 13 years since Arsenal famously went to Anfield and took the championship from Liverpool. Can they repeat the feat here? The Den is Old Trafford. The Lion is Manchester United. And however important the game is, Freddie Ljungberg seems to take it all in his stride. Very philosophical about football, about life in general. The staring eyes and the focus belong to the underdogs now. Manchester United rarely in that position, but that's certainly where they are in this Premiership race. We are looking at the top two in the country over the last 4 seasons. But is the balance of power swinging away from Old Trafford? Arsenal can take the title home tonight to Highbury, where the FA Cup is already in place. In 10 years of the Premiership, there has never been a head-to-head like this. It is live. It's right after the break.
It's been a fabulous race, whatever happens now. One of the best, and it comes down to quite simply this: win or bust for the champions here. Still thinking about Tim Lovejoy at the weekend on FanZone. Don't worry, it's only Ray Parlour, really. FanZone tonight, Scott Southern representing Manchester United. Peter Krieg is our Arsenal commentator. And he stirred them up at Old Trafford this week. He's the feature of Player Cam for the first 15 minutes of this half. That's interactive, of course, for Sky Digital viewers. Push the red button on your remote control for those facilities. Match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Well, over the years, Arsene Wenger has won more of the matches against Manchester United, but Sir Alex has won more of the trophies. A case of Arsenal sometimes winning the battle, but Manchester United usually the war. With the greatest respect to Liverpool, who can still finish second, this truly is a summit meeting tonight. The two powers of Premiership football. Paul Durkin presides over this fixture for the 3rd successive season. It needs perhaps an experienced touch. He can certainly provide that. And here's Philip Neville. Solskjaer up front with Forlan.
Well, it's often criticised this ground, isn't it, Martin? Majestic as it is for its lack of noise. Well, they've certainly started loud enough. I think everyone in the ground and watching at home just knows the importance of this game tonight. Tell you one thing I do know, FA Cups are nice, League Championships are better.
And he knows that. And another one, and remember, no club has ever won 4 in a row. It's still a possibility for Manchester United and Sir Alex Ferguson. Laurent Blanc, who was a doubt yesterday, but passed himself fit this morning, and just as well for Manchester United, given the way it's gone in terms of injuries over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and especially this week. But Blanc is there. 19th season of a distinguished career, but he's only ever won 1 championship, and that was for Auxerre back in the mid-90s in France. Chance for Kanu to play from the start. Ray Parlour back on the right, and Wilshere!
What a chance, and what a block. You mentioned Laurent Blanc, Martin. He's having a right whack at Phil Neville. He feels that Neville should have been seeing this, should have watched it. Look how far away Neville is. Now he's got to go. He's the man who's facing the play up. He does it. And my goodness, what a big block that is early in the game from the Frenchman.
Wiltore's next job is to take the corner. Kanu trying to make a nuisance of himself by the near post. It'll come out to Ray Parlour here. Forlan anticipating the running of Giggs. Nice link up there. Giggs already straying from the left, mixing it up for Manchester United, as he loves to do.
And the skipper in a hurry there. Roy Keane raced to the touchline. ball in hand. Phil Neville wanted to take it. No, let's get on with it, he's saying.
Sylvestre. Carlo did his job. Chance for Patrick Vieira to stretch those long legs. Captaining Arsenal again tonight. Wiltor can't hold it up though. Playing up front in place of Henry. Push on Keane. He's annoyed with Sylvestre. He's carrying the criticism of his teammates into the match as well.
Well, we often talk about the matchup with Keane and Vieira. I think genuinely two of the best midfield players in the world. I think world class is bandied about a little too liberally at times, but these two can certainly be classed as up there. They don't play against each other often, you know, I mean head to head. And tonight's the same. You see Vieira linked up against Scholes. Keane will play down Edu's side, and that's why I worried about Edu, Martin. That's the link-up you're going to see there. Now, will Edu be able to cope with Keane if he makes forward runs?
A bit of manoeuvring of the opposition out of the way unfairly by the Nigerian. 8 of the Manchester United starting 11 have championship medals, plenty of them too. 7 of the Arsenal 11 haven't.
Pitch looks nice as well. Beautiful surface here at Old Trafford, as good as it's looked for a long time.
Certainly starting wide on the right-hand side. He's given the ball away to Ljungberg. Kanu's a long, long way out. Bit of a lash, really. Hope rather than expectation.
It's worth it. You never know, do you? It's the one way to quiet the crowd, isn't it? Imagine the off volume, what it would be like, Martin, if a goal went in for Arsenal.
And of course, that's been one feature of their season. They've scored in every Premiership game. They're unbeaten away from home. No side in modern times, only one side, the so-called Invincibles, in the very first season of league football in England back in the late 19th century. Preston North End have gone through a campaign unbeaten away from home in the top division. So there are all sorts of other issues, records that could be broken, but Arsenal will be thinking, well, let's talk about that when we've got our hands on the Premiership trophy. Can happen here tonight. Remember, a draw is enough. But Manchester United don't draw many games. They've only drawn one here in the Premiership this season. That was against Leeds. It's a curl on the ball from Scholes. It's eventually taken it to Roy Keane. Sylvestre gets the cross in early, maybe not quite where it was intended to go, but Forlan made something of it, and Scholes very nearly maximises a little deflection on the shot. It's a corner.
Lovely strike from Scholes. Sort of area, he smashed one in against Chelsea recently. But Edu gets close enough, gets a little touch on it. It's never really troubling David Seaman. The England goalkeeper's unconcerned. He knows it's clearing his bar easily, but they've got to sleep a little from the corner. Should be another one.
They did. They certainly were caught out by the quickness of the short corner.
Well, Wes Brown was so close to getting on the end of this.
Keane, captain, cheerleader, rouser of the Reds. Sylvestre. Now Veron. For Scholes, long way out again, feints to shoot this time. Passes the responsibility to Giggs, he in turn to Keane, but not quite accurately enough. He gets the scowl, Ryan Giggs. Wes Brown was up from that corner that was worked short.
Beautifully delivered as well, Matt. Look how close he gets, look at the arms. I think of, well, I'm not sure, but Patrick Vieira.
It was Patrick Vieira.
Up he went.
And that's what Manchester United were making a bit of a fuss about with Paul Durkin, but straight away gave the corner and couldn't see anything more sinister. But we've seen Patrick in one or two occasions in his own penalty area leave an arm up. Philip Neville's throw.
Well, I think the one thing Arsene Wenger would have said before they went out was be prepared for some kind of onslaught early on. Be prepared for Manchester United to start quickly, so they wouldn't be unprepared for this kind of start. Arsenal ready for it.
Seaman didn't get much of a contact to it with both arms raised, but he's got a free kick.
Well, if he got caught, he only got brushed. Wasn't a big contact as Laurent Blanc went past. Comes out to collect in some traffic there. You see Blanc brush past him, the elbow up into the side of the face. That's what Paul Durkin saw, and this is a Vieira incident. As Brown goes in, up go the arms. I tell you what, that's worth a shout. That is seriously worth a shout.
Well, they got a shout, but nothing more than that for Manchester United. Now Brown, one of those who'll be wondering about the England World Cup squad to be announced tomorrow afternoon. We understand Sven-Göran Eriksson has gone to Anfield tonight, Liverpool against Blackburn. Possibly a late chance for Matt Jansen to impress. Certainly plenty of England-Liverpool players as well.
I talked about Varane wandering, Martin. He's outside left at the moment.
Neville. That's up awkwardly for Campbell. Now sorting out for Vieira. Ashley Cole, who had a harrowing time here in the first half in this fixture last season. You remember Arsenal were 5-1 down at half-time. They lost 6-1.
Yeah, but this is an Arsenal side that have had conceded one goal in the Premiership in the last 6, and that a debatable penalty against Tottenham at Highbury, so they've been pretty watertight at the back, Martin. They take some breaking down, Arsenal.
Keane is everywhere at the moment. Block. Goes across via Brown. Solskjaer wanted played to his feet. It's been a fast start from Manchester United.
Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much expected that, but Arsenal would have done as well. And I don't think they'd be too concerned. Game's early. Important for Arsenal that they don't concede an early goal and give this noisy crowd even more to shout about. So they'll be prepared to just bed themselves into the game, Arsenal. Quite rightly so as well.
Here's Varane back on the right. Forlan. And goes Vieira again. Balked by Keane, who knew he'd committed the foul. Acknowledged it to the referee. Isn't too bothered about acknowledging it to Vieira. Patrick Vieira was one of 2 Arsenal players who needed treatment after the FA Cup final. Thierry Henry was the other.
Change of footwear, I think, get on there, Martin. I actually watched Patrick when he came out to warm up. He wasn't happy with the boots he had on in warm up, went in, came back out with another set. And obviously he's not happy with them either.
His problem on Saturday was a bruised foot. Giggs. Put in by Lauren.
That's a battle. I think Lauren's improved as the season's gone on tremendously, Martin, but well, a fit Ryan Giggs going at him will be a real test for him.
Here's Wiltor. Turning out of trouble in the end. Ljungberg. Ashley Cole setting off with a sense of adventure. He's furthest forward for Arsenal at the moment. And he started to check back. Wiltor had held back. Parla. Back for Ljungberg.
Got Lauren and Akers on the other side. Oh, Ryan Giggs has just spotted it. Just got to close it down a little.
Still out there. Player who's really learnt the job of right back this season. Edu. Wiltor. There's Brown waiting for Barthez, who didn't fail him. It was Fabien Barthez who was culpable as Manchester United lost at Highbury. Those 2 late Thierry Henry goals, ultimately down to the Manchester United goalkeeper. Amazingly, Manchester United haven't lost an away game in the Premiership since then. But they have faltered at home. They've lost 5 of their 8 defeats this season at Old Trafford.
And amazingly, Arsenal's only 3 defeats have come where?
At Highbury, yeah. Keane. Now block. Every passing minute of it being level pegging is, of course, a step closer to success for Arsenal in the FA Barclaycard Premiership. Well, there's some dry, nervous throats, though, on their bench. Ruud van Nistelrooy on the Manchester United bench. And it's a comeback season for him. He's done extraordinarily well. But Sir Alex Ferguson has been talking since way back in the early weeks of spring about the workload on Van Nistelrooy. He hadn't been able to leave him out on a regular basis. Still a surprise that he's not starting tonight.
I think adrenaline might have gotten through alone tonight, you know, such is the magnitude of the game.
Scholes after Vieira just overcooked it a bit. Silvestre. The driving run from the left back. Stopped by Arsenal's right back, Lauren. Parler on the ball, it's fierce and frenetic. Did you expect anything less?
Oh, they're unlucky, they're unlucky. He apologises, Paul Durkin. It's against Paul Scholes. This tackle was the rash one. Roy Keane pulled out it just in time, and I just often think that's the one thing about the FL referees in this league. They just don't give themselves maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds.
It was blown in Arsenal's favour again against Wes Brown. Just about in range, but Edu hasn't shown any great capacity for crashing his left foot through the ball a la Roberto Carlos, his fellow countryman. Tends to go for this sort of free kick. It's in towards Vieira. It was watched by Keane. Edu again. Manchester United and Arsenal played all the way back to David Seaman. Touch on by Vieira, not much reaction around him. Wiltor made a belatedly timed run from the left-hand side. Parler was interested in that once Brown let it run.
Ooh, that's a ball and a half there, right in the traffic. Not confident Wes Brown that his skipper could deal with that, the pressure around him.
Hopeful from Silvestre. A confusion between Seaman and Cole. Both hoped it might run behind for a goal kick. It wasn't going to do that. And here comes Veron. And now Keane. And the flag's up. David Seaman down to claim the ball, but the flag was raised.
Yeah, I don't think Forlan was off. I thought if anyone it's Solskjaer. Looking to play a 1-2 here, I think, but there's the ball played. Now look at Forlan, well onside. And he might have been allowed to go, but Solskjaer also after it, clearly offside. We're just looking at Roy Keane, Martin. He's already saying to Paul Durkin, what about the time? David Seaman, 60 minutes in.
Campbell. And Cole caught by Veron. Forlan. And Edu went in. It's a South American play here on the day of reckoning in England's Elite League. Scholes didn't get to it because Kanu saw to that. Little edge to Solskjaer's play. It's not gone unnoticed by Arsenal down the years. He broke David Seaman's ribs once in a Manchester United-Arsenal game here at Old Trafford. He can look so angelic, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but he is, in football terms, made of steel. Silvestre. Brown. Too high for Solskjaer. And too wide of Seaman by Lauren.
Careless.
The goalkeeper has got the benefit of the doubt then. Had to be reaching for a ball that was appearing to cross the line for a corner. But all Manchester United get in the end is a throw.
Looked well out, didn't it?
Veron, Solskjaer. It's Arsenal's ball this time.
Oh, this is one earlier. That's only a couple of yards out, isn't it? That was a crunching tackle for Veston. Lauren.
Put on by Parler. Good first touch from Edu. Not so good from Ljungberg. Ball came just behind him, to be fair to the Swede. Philip Neville. Veron in early. Over Forlan, but not as far as Solskjaer. Ljungberg. Can't get out Arsenal at the moment.
No, but they're defending okay, Martin. I wouldn't say they were hanging on. They are conceding territory, no doubt about that.
Well, there are tackles and there are tackles, and there are flashpoints likely to come when Paul Scholes comes marauding in like that.
That is a tackle from the Paul Scholes book of tackling, isn't it? We've talked about it before. Paul gets booked time and time again for being a little reckless. I don't think there can be any other decision than a yellow card for Paul Scholes here. I'd be amazed. Don't think it'll be any worse than that. I would be just as surprised if it was another colour other than yellow, Martin.
But it's another indication of how fired up Manchester United are. Well, Sir Alex Ferguson has gone to the fourth official, Jeff Winter, to I don't know, maybe deflect some of the flack that was going towards Scholes. I don't know, but the yellow card has been shown at the Manchester United midfield man.
I don't think you can have any arguments. The noise has just been incessant. I don't think I've ever known anything like this. You and I have been here many, many times watching football matches. You remember it as noisy for as long in a match, 20 minutes in?
Well, not since it became all-seater.
No.
No. Certainly in the old days, when you were out there plying your trade as an opponent, you were up against some pretty loud Manchester United backing. Edu has survived that challenge by Scholes. He's wrong-footed by Giggs, and in steps Parler for Arsenal. Thinking about working with Wiltord, maybe came a little bit late, but it's still with Arsenal and Edu. Keane, Solskjaer, first-time football from Manchester United, continued on by Veron. In goes Forlan. Is that a push on Keown? It is. But my goodness, the movement was rapid from the home side.
Yeah, that's the best they've produced. Had loads of possession, but it's been in front of Arsenal. Haven't really threatened to get in behind, but one Veron spots Forlan, he spots space. But Martin Keown's quick. Talk about it time and time again. And I think it's a free kick. Watch Forlan, he just eases into him. There you go. Eases him out the flight of the ball. It's a free kick, whatever way you look at it.
Parler losing out to Giggs, but not when it came to the throw. Edu. Cole. Well, Paul Durkin here has got to make sure that Manchester United's understandable desire is not going to leave Arsenal unprotected.
Well, there are tackles and there are daft tackles. Stick this one in the category of daft tackles. I mean, he's just watched Paul Scholes get booked, Martin. The temperature's up. Scholes take it up a degree or two. And Phil Neville, with Wiltord going absolutely nowhere, tight to the touchline, all he needs to do is stand his ground and make the Frenchman do something.
There's a certain irony here, Andy, because Sir Alex Ferguson has been talking about Arsenal's suspect temperament, maybe trying to prey on that. They've had 12 red cards this season, and that they might be the side to lose their composure, but it's Manchester United doing that at the moment. First Scholes, then Philip Neville.
I mean, Scholes was tempted in, but, I mean, why on earth Phil Neville felt he had to swipe at Wiltord like that? When he's got about a yard to work in with his back to goal, I just don't know. He's now on a yellow card, another mistimed tackle from either of them, and United really could be in trouble.
And they have only had one player sent off all season, Manchester United. That was Roy Keane up at Newcastle back in September. Their sense of coolness and composure has been excellent. But at the moment, in trying to rattle Arsenal, they're giving themselves unnecessary disciplinary problems. Forlan. Breakdown in communication with Scholes. And on the ball is Kanu. Ahead of him is Ray Parlour. It bounces off Keane.
Well, that was a chance, you know. Arsenal broke 4 players ahead of Kanu and he wasted the possession. Vieira, Ljungberg, Parlour, Wiltord had all gone ahead of him. The Nigerian really should have done better with that.
Clip wide. Cutely done by Keane. Blanc. Scholes. Sylvester rather running out of ideas.
Ran up a cul-de-sac, didn't he? Didn't know where to go. And that's been the way it's gone. Decent possession over 2/3 of the pitch, Manchester United, but haven't really threatened to pick a hole through Arsenal yet. Defended really well, the Gunners, so far.
Parlour. Lauren. Peak ball was a dangerous game in the midfield minefield.
Well, there's Martin Keown after him. It's number 3 for Manchester United.
Roy Keane this time.
I think of all of them, he's probably the most unlucky. He doesn't really make contact. It's more a clash of bodies, Martin, isn't it, than anything else. I think he's a tad unlucky of all 3 of them. The other 2 had no case to plead. I think Roy did there. But I just think in many ways this will just strengthen Arsenal's resolve. Might sound daft, but you know they've got a good team spirit. They know that. It's what they talk about a lot, and I think things like this just galvanise you and make you more determined. In many ways, it might make Manchester United's job of breaking them down more difficult than it already was.
I've only seen Arsene Wenger really angry twice, both after defeats by Manchester United. That semi-final replay at Villa Park when Bergkamp's penalty was saved, and Ryan Giggs sensationally sent United to the final, and then the second time was after the 6-1 here last season. Patrick Vieira trying to make a point, but to be fair to Paul Durkin, he's made his point. He's the man keeping law and order. He's handed out the punishments to Manchester United. It's so emotionally charged here. Wiltord. Vieira. Edu trying to get it in for Ashley Cole. Contact there with Fabian Barthez.
In the context of the game, minimal.
Yes. The context of the last 10 minutes or so. And Paul Scholes has got to be very careful here. Vieira had played the ball. Good spot by Paul Durkin. The ball had gone.
He is lucky, you know, watch this, he has a little hack at him just as the ball's gone there. Has a hack at Vieira. He has to be very, very careful. It's a time. Arsenal have their cool heads at the moment, Martin, there's no doubt about that.
Edu. Kana. Ray Parlour, his 400th game for Arsenal tonight, and I hope it's as good as game 399. He's having to defend. And they have to turn back Manchester United because it's a corner.
Well, Giggs can't believe it, can he?
Ryan Giggs, 7 championship medals, 7 Premiership medals. He's still with a chance of number 8, but at the moment Manchester United have to battle with themselves as much with Arsenal. Out comes Barthez. Giggs' his flick, Forlan's header. Solskjaer had to put the brakes on.
Well, they won't hear the whistle at the other end. Forlan and Lauren are still tangling. Just impossible to hear a whistle. Free kicks given against Edu.
Well, that's what the game was stopped for.
Well, I suppose it's only surprise that a yellow card wasn't shown up there.
Obstruction by Lauren and Giggs.
Well, he's been quiet, Ryan Giggs. I think Giggs, Solskjaer and Forlan have been quiet in this opening 29 minutes. It's a credit to Arsenal that neither of those 3 threatening front players has really influenced the game at all. And that's because Arsenal have kept it really tight. The back four's been good, the protection's been good, but you know, it only takes a minute, and Martin Keown and Scholes are getting involved. The linesman's coming on, Martin. I don't know whether he's seen anything, whether he wants to take issue with it. He's calling over Paul Durkin. Now, this might be a problem. Scholes and Keown, I think, who are involved in it.
Well, if Arsenal do have a firebrand in their team tonight, it is Martin Keown. That hasn't diminished with the passing of years. Age hasn't always brought total wisdom when the battle is at its hottest.
Well, I'm not so sure why Keane's there.
Will the delay just disturb Arsenal's concentration in defending at this free kick? Veron! Oh, it skipped through. David Seaman was in the right place for the league leaders.
Oh, well watched, goalkeeper, well watched indeed. Bodies flying across the front of this, so it's so important. He watches the flight of the ball.
Veron. Not quite the right angle. Parlour on Scholes. Scholes gets it back from Veron. So, certainly a chance for Parlour to intervene. Block. Philip Neville's taking an advanced position from right back, but he looks central for Keane.
I tell you what, it looks like either team's going to have to earn a goal tonight, doesn't it? I don't think either team's prepared to give anything away. You want a goal, you're going to have to work for it.
Forlan, Keane arriving in droves. In fact, there was a An incident off the ball that left Scholes down on the seat of his pants. With Edu, I think it was. And now it was knocked away with some venom by Ashley Cole. It was the ball. Cole determined not to be intimidated by Keane. Throw the ball a decent distance, Philip Neville. Met by Campbell for Arsenal. And Forlan jumping into his man. That's really unnecessary.
Well, I think what his problem is he looks at the player first and he gives the referee no option, Diego Forlan. Just keep your eye on the ball and jump at it and you might get away with it. But when you look at the player, i.e. Sol Campbell in that instance, and then jump into him, the referee's got no option but to give a free kick.
Paul Scholes being followed for Sky digital viewers by the player cam. Press the red button on your remote. Blanc. A bit of hesitation between Silvestre and Brown before Brown got a boot to it. Wiltor was buzzing around, hopefully for Arsenal. Kanu. Ljungberg's waiting on the edge. Scholes. That's good work by Edu. And again, first to win the ball and then to use it. Wiltor. Gives an angle to Ashley Cole. Laurent Blanc coming across, trying to shut down the space in a wide position, and then Edu presents him with the ball. He nudges it on for Veron, on in turn to Solskjaer. Took that quite magnificently on the half-turn. Silvestre, who needs no second bidding to bomb on down that left-hand side. Scholes is there. Forlan. Keane. Marlow trying to put up a defensive shield. But leaving and coming in from the right-hand side. Plenty of space for Silvestre. Headed by Edu. Solskjaer. All 50-50 between Keane and Ljungberg. Arsenal retreat. Manchester United try to find a way through. That's been pretty much the story of the opening 35 minutes. Silvestre. Giggs came behind him. Keown didn't clear decisively. And Campbell got a foot to it. Foul by Veron.
Yet again, numbers back for Arsenal. Job done so far. They don't have to win the football match, they know that. And for 35 minutes, they've pretty much played second fiddle with possession and territorially, but can't remember David Seaman being too worried at any time. Credit to the players in front of him.
Arsenal have won only twice in their last 15 visits to Old Trafford, but they have lost only one of the last 5. And of course, avoiding defeat, that's all that matters for the London club tonight. Would be their 12th championship. Pretty much lone raiders in terms of the league from London. Laura. Campbell has not had much luck on this ground with Spurs. Played 8, lost 8. And he is in danger of losing the ball there in a position of some danger to the goal of his new club this season.
Big tackle, Ray Parlour. Big tackle. Giggs was off and running.
Here is Giggs. had one of those games, Freddie Ljungberg, so far. Every pass aimed at him has just been a yard or two too far ahead. Had to try and fight to get into the game.
Well, they did in the cup final for a long time. Freddie, it was one of his quieter games, but didn't finish it off well.
Forlan. It's a fine switch of play for Manchester United. Veron.
Oh, 2v1 he had, 2v1. Phil Neville bombing up on the outside. Just delays the pass, and he's got a great opportunity. Fabulous crossfield pass here. But I just want Neville to be shouting, go on, play it in, play it in. He didn't, obviously.
It's a terrific leap by Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, you would be really surprised if Arsenal get caught aerially, Martin. They've got fantastic aerial ability at the back there.
Well, they're going to have to get that aerial ability on display, because a free kick conceded in a wide position. Arsenal, incidentally, haven't been behind in a Premiership game since Robbie Fowler scored for Leeds at Ellen Road in January.
Unbelievable. What a run they've had.
It's Giggs. Forlan, Arsenal trying to push out. Veron trying to flick it back. It's Ljungberg who was the barrier that time. Scholes. Chance for Philip Neville to push forward again. And that sort of thing Arsenal have really been up to. Edu stopping the pass getting into the areas of real penetration for Manchester United.
They've been top class at the back. And I mean, as a team, I think every one of the outfield players has contributed defensively tonight. You see Wiltor back behind the ball, Kanu's back behind the ball. I mean, every player's within 35 yards of David Seaman. And Manchester United have had real problems finding any little gaps, any little chinks, because there haven't been many, if any.
Neville. Giggs. Ryan Giggs, famed for his FA Cup semi-final replay goal. Sensational it was against Arsenal, but he's not scored a league goal against the Gunners. Brown. And Blanc reached it well against Kanu. Scholes staying on his feet when it was difficult to do so. Arsenal were chipping away at him. So in the end, the consternation of Paul Durkin.
Well, the game's, well, almost all of it's been played in this half. And there's a big 5 minutes in this game. And Arsenal will want to see it out. Manchester United will want to find the breakthrough.
Veron. It was Vieira who read the direction. And the referee didn't help Edu. I think he's going to book him here for persistent infringement, but in fact, Edu was straining to get his challenge in this time. As he's holding up a number of fingers there to say, you know, I've given free kicks against you. But he had to try and get round the referee that time to make this latest challenge count.
Yeah, nothing sinister about Edu's challenge here. Just a bit of obstruction. It's a combination of what's gone before, really, that's gone against him.
Well, David Beckham watching on here tonight will be, I'm sure, thinking, this is my angle. I'm leaning forward to get a better view. And this is Beckham there as well. It's Veron who can't get it over the wall. Real slice by Paul Scholes. Ljungberg.
Oh, flag's
must have been very, very close against the running Ray Parlour.
Yeah, what Sylvester's the one on the far side. He's the one who steps out. Now, did he step out in time? You see him, he's the last defender. I don't think he's off. I don't think, in fact, he isn't off. There's nowhere near offside, Ray Parlour. They're unlucky there, Arsenal. It was a poor decision.
block. And Campbell went through the gears then.
Yeah.
Danny Murphy, Nicholas Anelka for Liverpool, Damien Duff for Blackburn. You'll see those goals later. Keane. Keown saw it coming. Roy Keane again, magnificently done. He continues to lead the Manchester United fight. They won't let go of their crown without one heck of a battle.
Well, David Seaman will be happy if that's all the kind of shooting he's got to deal with tonight. That kind of range, England goalkeeper will feel pretty comfortable about it.
Again, that's the story of Ljungberg's half, isn't it? And then in barreling came Juan Sebastian Veron. Ljungberg. Kanu with a bit of juggling. Ljungberg again.
Way to go. Smart move there, Ljungberg. He was really getting crowded out. He thought, I'll take a throw in.
This game going live to Sweden tonight, and I saw the Swedish commentator. He said it's all about Freddie-itis.
Yeah, they've been on the back foot, Arsenal, for the majority of this half. But that's understandable. What a boost this would be if they could fashion something out of here, Martin, with a minute to go.
Could you imagine?
Oh.
Right on half-time. Stranger things have happened. Cole. Edu. Going one to Parlour, does. Manchester United trying to hold their line on the edge of the area. Wiltor. He got the drop on Veron, it seemed. Until the ball actually got there.
Yeah. I'm just never convinced when Arsenal went for a header. Free play. Not less Sol Campbell. Something like that's on the end of it.
And again.
Left in by Solskjaer. We've seen several examples of Manchester United being concerned, even in the first half, about Arsenal using up the time. 2 added minutes. And Jeff Winter's electronic board.
Got to get hold of it. Team's under pressure. Sylvain Wiltord needs to do a little bit better than that when it comes up to him.
Neville. Silvestre.
Nothing's happened up top for Manchester United. Lots of possession, Martin, but really Solskjaer and Forlan have been second best to the 2 centre-backs they've played against. And the 2 full-backs, I think, have played ever so well defensively.
So when will we see Ruud van Nistelrooy?
That's a decision. And the man that's making those decisions is certainly better equipped than I am.
Brown. Very good header by Campbell. There was a chance for Solskjaer to chase in behind him, although Keown was covering. Giggs. Paul Durkin, to his credit, has taken some of the steam out of the game. There was 10 minutes or so of almost mayhem. Manchester United got 3 bookings. Cole. Trying to end the half on the attack.
He had a little bit more time than he realised, Ashley Cole. What a nice little 1-2 with Freddie Ljungberg, edge of the box. Well, Arsenal have set the stall out brilliantly, Martin. They've said to Manchester United, go on then. If you think you can beat us, have a go.
Well, Manchester United have had a go for most of the first half, but Arsene Wenger's team are still level at Old Trafford, and level means the championship if it's that way after 90 minutes. After 45 minutes, Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0.
It was Leeds last night for Celtic. They're on a testimonial trip at the moment through Highbury next for Tony Adams. Next Monday, 7:30, we've got it live on Sky Sports 1. And next Thursday at 7, it's the Republic of Ireland as they prepare for the World Cup. They meet Nigeria, which should interest England. That's live on Sky Sports 1. Halfway there. Arsenal, this would do them. Alan Smith is with us. Gary Pallister is here. We'll get their thoughts in a moment. On a bruising 45 minutes, which hasn't provided a way through for Manchester United. It's goalless.
Sexy world. In this world, sexy world. Come on and kiss me strong, and kiss me more. In this world, sexy world.
Green King IPA. Could you say no to another?
Footballitis. We are conducting intense experiments. We will not fail.
Sophie Marie leaves her elegant home, climbs into her vintage saloon, and departs for her fairy tale career in public relations. For luncheon, she meets a dear acquaintance and indulges in a tortilla with roasted chicken breast, charcoal peppers, lime salsa, and a sour cream and chive sauce, accompanied by something chilled and bubbly, the new McChicken wrap. For ladies, what lunch?
The entire world will connect to the web.
Wow.
Can Spider-Man come out to play?
You do too much. You're not Superman, you know.
That's it. The referee blows his whistle. It's all over. The England players fall to their knees. The World Cup belongs to Germany.
Play the only official game of the 2002 FIFA World Cup. All the teams, players and stadia. Win for England. EA Sports. It's in the game.
ラジオ体操第一。勝ってる時は歌うしかねえ。
Your World Cup newspaper, the Daily Express.
Green King IPA. Could you say no to another?
Footballitis. Many are easily infected. This man is putting spherical objects into square structures. Why?
Still Manchester United as we sit here, but Arsenal are 45 minutes away from wresting it from their grasp. Can they hang on, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, you don't normally associate Arsenal, the present Arsenal, with rearguard actions, but that's what it's been. Everybody's played the part. Some fantastic performances, blocks just at the right time. They'll be happy, I think, with the way it's gone. Of course, they'll want a little bit more action on the front foot, and that's been the disappointment for me. Kanu and Viltor just haven't got hold of it and allowed the team to support.
Got a huffing and puffing from Manchester United, Gary, but in truth, not too much of a cutting edge yet. Where's the breakthrough coming from?
So they started off really well, I thought. You know, they had a couple of half chances. Once Wiltord had missed his, or the great block by Blanc. If they'd have scored a goal then, it would have made for a different proposition. But as Alan says, they've defended really well, Arsenal. They've been so solid with Martin Keown and Sol Campbell. And everybody else in the midfield and around him has been doing their job. So it's going to be difficult for United to break them down.
Was it worth a shout for a penalty? Was it handballed by Laurent from the
I think you'd feel aggrieved if it was given against you. I think he's got his eyes closed actually.
It's difficult even then to say whether it's his head, isn't it? Yeah. He gave a corner there, didn't he? So he recognised. Well, I think he did catch his hands there, but
it probably has caught his hands.
It's caught his hands, hasn't it? And it's probably stopped it going in. So on that basis,
yes, a penalty.
Should it have been a pen?
I think again it's difficult. You do put your hands up. Your momentum does put your hands up when you go to head the ball away like that. So I think if it was given against you, you'd feel a little bit aggrieved.
Yeah, I suppose technically it could have been. Mind you, I didn't used to see you jump with your hands up like that. I didn't think that was textbook by Lauren the way he attacked it, but they got away with it.
The fact that they haven't been asking any questions of their own, Arsenal, are you slightly concerned that at some stage there will be opportunities?
Well, you always have to think with Arsenal, when they're defending and they win the ball back, that's when they're the most dangerous. Now, they haven't got Henry and they haven't looked like cutting through United's back four as yet, but you can never discount them. And they've scored in every single game, as we know, so you have to fancy them to at least create a couple of opportunities. They had that one from Viltord early on, but you have to fancy them to create another couple.
If they do hang on, if they do win it here, it will really be a performance of championship proportions, won't it? Because it's a fantastic atmosphere. It's very intimidating out there.
The United players are well up for it. The crowd we saw from the first minute are up for it, and it's a game for big hearts. You know, it's a gutsy. It's a gutsy performance so far from Arsenal, and that's typified their season. They have shown fantastic team spirit and togetherness, and tonight they'll have to show it, you know, in bucketfuls.
How long before we see Van Nistelrooy, Gary?
Well, if he's not on at half-time, I think he'll certainly be on if they haven't scored after maybe quarter of an hour of the second half. I think it's what, you know, he'll give the whole team a lift once he comes on. He's scored plenty of goals this year. If they bring on a top scorer like that, it's going to give everybody in the team a lift.
Well, they have one already in the bag, the FA Cup. They are 45 minutes away from landing the second. The Barclaycard Premiership Trophy. Second 45 at Old Trafford is next.
Too good to miss.
Exclusive coverage of the NatWest Series.
This summer on Sky Sports.
My truck is broken down. May I use your phone?
Certainly. Come in.
On the road to Esbjerg, right before the sign, you turn right on a small road. Oh, you'll find me. Okay. See you. Yeah, bye.
Would you like to use a bathroom?
Thank you.
Ah! Peter?
Jürgen? I
thought you were dead.
Brewed slightly stronger for a smoother taste. The Danes hate to see Carlsberg export leave.
Good to see you, Pete.
Almost as much as we like to see it arrive.
Think of a place where you don't have to worry whether your bank's paying you a good rate of interest. A place where you can be confident you're getting the right advice on your mortgage. Where awards are won for paying insurance claims with minimum fuss and hassle. Make believe. Zurich. If you don't believe it, call us.
You hear that? That's the sound of second place.
Lucas J Sport will help Michael.
It's a sports drink. It's not a three-piece suit. It's proven to help top athletes go 33% longer. Fact!
It's Michael Owen. Oh, what a finish! The striker supreme.
All aboard the victory bus! Next up, Japan!
If your life takes you all around the world, staying in touch can be an achievement in itself.
Hi guys, everything fine?
Great, just having a bite or two.
Get closer with T-Mobile's transatlantic mobile connection. Get more. T-Mobile.
Text on the brain. The Emailer Plus from Amstrad lets you send SMS text messages to mobiles. Whatever text you're into, you'll love the Emailer Plus. Now available for under £100.
This is the Citroën Space Challenge. The challenge is which of these hugely spacious cars offers the best value. To find out, we've asked Patrick Moore. Good evening. He knows about space. We have 2 estates for the price of saloons. The C5 estate from $12,995 and the Zara estate from $10,475. There's also the Zara Picasso from $11,995. Patrick, what's the verdict?
I've absolutely no idea.
The Citroën Space Challenge. It's over to you now.
Sexy world.
In this world, sexy world. Come on and kiss me strong, and kiss me more. In this world, sexy world.
England squad announcement tomorrow for the World Cup. Nicky Butt there's a problem with. He's got a medial ligament injury. That's why he's not playing tonight. Big decision then for Sven-Göran Eriksson. And then we've got England's warm-up matches live. Tuesday, May the 21st against South Korea. And on Sunday, May the 26th, they play Cameroon. Gary Pallister's here. Alan Smith is with us. Take your mind back to the time you went to Anfield and won. What was the half-time conversation then?
It's all going according to plan, lads, kind of thing. Don't panic. As long as we don't concede a goal, that was it then, because we needed to win 2-0. And it did go according to plan. We got the goal shortly into the second half and got the second late on.
They don't need to win, of course, tonight, but will the conversation be the same?
You know, I don't think they would want to see it go on in this manner, in that they're on the back foot all the time, defending in the way that they are. I'm sure Arsene Wenger would want to see a little bit more adventure going forward, and you know, hopefully get a goal, which would be ideal. But he must be proud of his lads, the way they are defending as a unit and looking very solid.
Same for Manchester United, Gary, for 10-15 minutes. Really go at it.
Yeah, I think Alex Ferguson will be reasonably pleased. I think they've showed the passion and the desire which the fans wanted to see. As you said earlier on, the cutting edge hasn't really been there, but they've been knocking at the door, and you know, if they get that half chance, hopefully they put it away.
No changes for Manchester United yet. Ruud van Nistelrooy sits on the bench tonight. And I'm sure if they don't get the win here, there'll be a few questions asked as to why, but we've heard from the manager that he has been showing signs of tiredness of late. Mind you, with just one more push, it's a big decision. Arsenal at 0-0, and it's good enough. Player count for the first 15 minutes of this second half. He'll see plenty of the ball. Martin Keown. To rejoin Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
You really can't praise too highly the way these two clubs have attacked the second half of the season. Sir Alex Ferguson's side have won 18 of their last 21 in the Premiership. Arsenal unbeaten in 19 league games, 51 points out of 57 in the real teeth of the gale of competition.
Just looking around at the Arsenal players, they're going around giving each other the high fives, Martin. They really are focused and have been since the first whistle tonight on the job that they needed to do.
Of course, they're here tonight without Thierry Henry, without Tony Adams. They must be sitting on the edge of their settees at home, like all Arsenal fans, as we go into this second half that could mean so much to Arsenal Football Club. Wiltor, and almost as if they've heeded that message from Alan Smith at half-time, that really defending is, well, it's part of the game, but if you defend that much or that often at Old Trafford, you're likely to concede a goal. And Arsene Wenger's side hoping to keep Manchester United occupied a bit more in the other half of the pitch. They've certainly done that in getting this corner. Bit of a miscue by Wiltor. Back by Cole. Kanu had stayed onside. Well, the Broom actually made his Premiership debut here for Arsenal back in 1999, the Nigerian. Brown. Scholes. Forlan's onside. Arsenal are appealing for offside. In towards Veron, and could have ricocheted to Ryan Giggs as well.
Yeah, that's the best chance of the match they've had, Manchester United. Looking for offside, Arsenal flag stayed down.
Scholes. Keown Campbell. Campbell was taken by surprise at what Martin Keown was trying to do. He couldn't get out of the way. Maybe he would have liked to let it run through.
Should have done. I think there's plenty of zip in this ground, isn't there? We've seen that. Players have had trouble with first touches an awful lot first half. The ball's got away from them more than they would have liked.
Brown. Solskjaer. Stabbed in by Philip Neville, but straight at Edu. Now Parler. Turning back into the path of Ryan Giggs. Vieira. Keane. This is Veron. Forlan. Almost trying a bit too hard at times, Diego Forlan, to make an impression here.
I don't think Veron was his intended target, man. I think he meant to miss him out, knock it back to Roy Keane.
It's Ljungberg who won it back. Wiltor. There's Brown, the defender. Back heel by Ljungberg. Wiltor. There's only Kanu really in the middle. Arsenal a bit low to overcommit from midfield. Edu is there. Oh, and it could have easily deflected into the stride of Kanu. It's whipped across in front of him.
He wasn't far away. And even if it had a bit more pace off this ball, Mark, that might have been slow enough for him to get on the end of, but he was only a stride away from it, Kanu. But this is a much better start to the half from Arsenal. I know we're only 4 minutes in, But they've had more attacking in those 4 minutes than they had for the majority of the first half.
Barthez didn't look particularly big as that one dropped.
Well, he's screaming at the referee for a free kick, but he just came into traffic. Don't think anyone did too much wrong.
Silvestre. Scholes, who gave Manchester United the lead at Highbury in the league in November. And Arsenal hit back to win it 3-1. Silvestre. Giggs and Forlan looking for the cross. Forlan!
Oh, well done, Campbell.
Still Giggs. Hits Lauren and goes behind for a Manchester United corner in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Fabulous ball in, but watch Sol Campbell here come across, sense the danger, and do enough to stop Forlan getting a free header.
Guided out by Kanu. Philip Neville quickly onto the scene. The flick from Veron. Neville kept his run going.
Should be David Seaman's bread and butter. Catching practice for the big man.
With plenty of time. Silvestre taking all the time that was available to him. Well, there's another twist to the tale at Anfield. 2-2, Andy Cole. Now 3-2 Liverpool. Sami Hyypiä. We'll see all those goals later in the programme. Not yet a goal at Old Trafford tonight. And that represents good news for Arsenal. Kanu looking for one.
Well, they've been far more positive. Arsenal said it. Almost as if they want to continue that record of having scored in every game. Fantastic achievement. Didn't look much like doing so in the first half. They've looked more likely in the second, but I just wonder if it does open up Martin and they do commit a few more forward, will it give Manchester United a little bit of space that they haven't really had in this game?
Solskjaer.
That's what I mean about the ball fizzed into front men. They haven't dealt with it good enough. Either controlling it or feeding it back.
Just for the record, there hasn't been a goalless draw in the Premiership here for over 3.5 years. Ljungberg with 17 goals to his name in all competitions this season.
Yeah, just
offside.
Yeah, he just goes a little early. You see the ball played then. Easy decision for the linesman.
And Campbell just got the better of Solskjaer, or got to the ball, otherwise Solskjaer would have been darting in behind him. And one or two different runs from Ljungberg in the second half. He was really concentrating in the first half, mostly holding that slot as Arsenal defended as a unit. Scholes. Kicked it to Ray Parlour. And he's shown too much of it to Keane. Forlan. Taking on Arsenal. Solskjaer trying to get a cross in front of Campbell. He almost made it. Dropping ball misjudged by Parlour. Scholes. Ljungberg doesn't get very far. It was Veron's tackle. Back to Veron via Scholes. Oh dear. Somehow that rather sums up his time with Manchester United. He's wanted so hard to justify the face shown in him by Sir Alex Ferguson.
I don't know whether he's injured something there, Mark. Whether it's just his pride. But he's carrying a little limp there after that. Swung a leg at it.
Played at Highbury in the league. Came off after 57 minutes. Reaching that time here in the return. There's another match between these two clubs earlier this season as well. Arsenal won it 4-0 in the League Cup. It's a mistake by Barthez, reminiscent of the league game at Highbury. He's got away with that one. Now Wiltor is Down.
You see the touch again from Wiltor? I'm amazed at the amount of times the ball's got away from the front men. Both sides haven't really been able to control it instantly. I don't know why the pitch is playing extremely quick tonight.
Edu. Parler. Still Ray Parler, eased out of it by Brown. Giggs trying to get away. He's lost his balance and he's got the free kick that Parler thought might have been Arsenal's a few seconds earlier.
I wouldn't have argued with that free kick against Wes Brown had it been given. We're rather fortunate to get away with it. Ryan Giggs, a little bit of frustration. I think he's been starved of the ball at times, Martin. He hasn't been able to get into the game. Maybe Ryan's decided to go and search for it a little bit.
Oh, Forlan searching for it here. And it's encouraging for Manchester United. Obviously, really bought for the future rather than the back end of this season, Diego Forlan. Finding himself centre stage in this mega match tonight. Manchester United against Arsenal. Coming to the end of 10 years of the Premiership. And circumstances have turned this into an absolutely titanic tussle. Apologies from Vieira. Missile, I think, had gone.
He's played on, I think. He seemed to keep his arms at his side, the referee, and just say, well, you got the ball, play on.
Roy Keane wasn't sure whether to take the ball to where the foul was committed. It certainly was a foul. And Keane's on the ball again. Parler, mistake by Silvestre. Wiltor has got plenty of pace. Ljungberg. It's Freddie Ljungberg again, pushed out by Barthez. Wiltor! Arsenal have scored yet again in the Premiership, and this could be the most crucial goal of all.
Well, he didn't score, but what a part he played. And the man I'm talking about is the name of the man is on everyone's lips. That's him. Creates it. He does it time and time and time again. This is poor play from Silvestre. But watch Ljungberg. Look at the energy levels. Tired legs in him. You better not believe it. He gets a little bit of good fortune there. But full match to Wiltord. He never switched off. He kept his run going after playing the pass. And that's crucial. Because if he'd have just let Freddie get on with it, he wouldn't have been there to tap it in. They've looked more like it second half. And yet, they have done it. Another goal. The run continues. In every match, a goal is scored.
The simple fact is now Manchester United have to score twice to stop Arsenal taking the title tonight. Sylvain Wiltor, in his 100th game for Arsenal, has made it memorable for many other reasons. But here's Keane. Campbell is there. Ljungberg.
Oh, he's wasted it. We don't say that often about that. What a break they had then, a chance to really go at United and stretch them again.
Well, when you do need 2 goals, this may be as good an option to have to come on as there is in world football. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Scholes. Bit of a lunge by Lauren.
No, I think it was actually against Vieira, against Scholes.
Because that's where the ball's being placed by Paul Durkin. He's needed all his experience tonight to keep the lid on this game. 57 minutes at Highbury, 58 tonight. Juan Sebastian Veron. Enter the player of the season, Manchester United's leading scorer with a massive 36 goals. Keane. Vieira gets there. Silvestre.
Too keen to get after it. Well, they were determined and resolute at 0-0 Arsenal. My goodness, how difficult are they going to be to break down now, Martin? Well, I wondered about Solskjaer, but Forlan's gone to that right-hand side. I wonder whether it might be Ole Gunnar, who's done it before.
Keane. Bluster and bustle, but it was Ashley Cole who came out on top. Oh, and Forlan waved the foot. Let's be kind and say it's a forwards tackle. Just looking at Roy Keane and thinking, well, of course he made a quicker than anticipated recovery from an injury and hasn't had that much training, not recent matches, to sustain the level of commitment that he put in the first half might be difficult. And Manchester United need all the inspiration that he's capable of bringing.
That's true, but I mean, I just don't think it's flowed from Manchester United. And I think you have to credit Arsenal at the back for that.
It's flowing for Arsenal here. Parlour. Got the cross in. A very cool header by Philip Neville, and the numbers to work with to play out of trouble Manchester United. And they're still playing through midfield here until Edu gets a toe to stop Solskjaer making progress.
No, I think he's done well, Edu. I talked right at the beginning of the match. I wondered defensively how he'd cope with it. I think he's coped really well. He's not been short on the physical side. He's got his tackles in. He's got his interceptions in alongside Vieira. He's been really effective.
Scholes. And Lister looking to work off the shoulder of Keown. Both Campbell and Keown complaining at Van Nistelrooy, who of course has been in the news recently in the way that he's, shall we say, earned penalties for Manchester United.
Well, I don't think defenders do themselves any favours when they go up with players like that, man. I really don't.
Well, Van Nistelrooy is having plenty to say for himself, and his comments were directed at the referee.
There was plenty of contact in the area there, and there was plenty of arms and pulling his shots going on. Martin Keown should just get up and get on with it. But you know what defenders are like? They always, as much as forwards plead that they've been fouled, they're always pleading their innocence equally. Makes life difficult for the referee.
Well, that incident at Ipswich, of course, is very fresh in the minds. And Parlour picked this off. Oh, had he done so, that was a wonderful piece of work by Wes Brown, who was played into some trouble. And then there's a trip by Giggs, and Kanu started to get up like a man who's prepared to make a point. He grabbed hold of himself before he grabbed hold of Giggs. Brown. Parlour there, but he's fouled Giggs.
Oh, a generous decision.
Keane. Forlan did very well. In fact, he's paid a bit of a price for it. He's hurt, but his touch was good enough to get the free kick, and Manchester United not really waiting to see how a fallen colleague was. Parlour. Silvestre trying to make up for his mistake on the goal. Parlour again.
Oh, he's in well taught. Oh, if he'd have got it through him.
Scholes. Forlan. Vieira's there. Times the passion that Manchester United are trying to put into their performance is perversely ruining the poise that they're looking for, and they so often have. It's made them champions 7 times in 9 years and runners-up the other 2 seasons in the Premiership. And runners-up also the last season of the old format. Leeds United were champions.
Just look at that defensive unit there that Roy Keane faced up. He wasn't faced against a bank of 4 and 4, Martin. He was faced up 4-4 and 2 with Will Todd and Kanu being the first line of defence, working the socks. Out comes Will Todd to shut it down this side. So many players prepared to do everything for the club's cause here. And Arsenal shuts tonight. Well, something went on. Martin Keown again involved with Solskjaer. I didn't see it, I have to say. I don't know whether the referee did as well.
Keane and Van Nistelrooy wanting to have their say, but it was Keown and Solskjaer. And it's interesting, the Arsenal players are going to Martin Keown and saying, now come on, something along the lines of don't spoil it for us now.
Absolutely right. I think Patrick Vieira was brilliant there for Arsenal. We've got the game there, we've got the title. Well, they can almost taste it, and they wouldn't want anything stupid from one of the defenders to jeopardise that. And that's why Vieira went over today. Just cool it.
Here's Block. Powell is there. Ljungberg. So late by Laurent Blanc, and there's more reaction here because I think the ball kicked away. Was it by Philip Neville?
Yeah. Well, Blanc's pretty much a certainty for a yellow card.
The Arsenal players are well aware that Philip Neville got booked in the first half, but anyway, let's deal with Laurent Blanc first. It's clearly his attempt to reach with those long legs of his. But he was not close enough to the ball to make that challenge count fairly on Ljungberg.
Well, you see that's the tackle and the ball's come out.
That's what Philip Neville kicks it against Freddie Ljungberg. He's a bit of a lucky lad, I think.
Well, didn't Gary Mills or somebody get sent off for Leeds at Highbury for doing that? Got a second yellow card, playing the ball against someone.
Gary Mills against Ashley Cole, if memory serves me right. Kanu. Who'd have thought that night when Leeds won at Highbury so early in the season that we'll be looking at this sort of conclusion involving Arsenal and involving Sylvain Wiltord, who's already scored once here this evening. Barthez able to be the boss.
Not overcommitting no Arsenal, and quite sensibly too. Back four intact. Edu and Vieira just held the positions.
Lauren, but Giggs enable the ball to run on. Van Nistelrooy. Scholes. One thing for sure, there'll be no easing up by Manchester United here. They're playing for their pride. Play on, says Paul Durkin. Home supporters not happy about that. And this is Arsenal's right back, wide on the left. As somebody who's been around the block a few times, he's had to think about it and said, well, hang on a minute, now I've put it out, I've been the sporting chap. You can start from there, though.
Do you think you looked back and saw him just getting up? I think you might have thought, help. I'll buy a bit of time and get back.
He is back.
Yeah.
We're 3/4 of the way through this massive encounter. Manchester United still trying to stop Arsenal prizing the prize from their grasp. And Sylvester's taken that out. It's an Arsenal throw. It's a Manchester United change, the second of the evening. Quinton Fortune. Once upon a time with Arsenal's arch-rival Spurs. Forlan has been eager, but as we, I think, been quick to stress, he's still in the learning stage of his time in English football. So from the South American, we pass to the South African. And Fortune's header here.
Keep progressing, Tenor.
Player cam switches to Ruud van Nistelrooy, Sky Digital Viewers, and if you're looking for it, press the red button on your remote. Neville. Scholes. Ryan Giggs coming from the right-hand side. Slaloming his way at Arsenal. And Solskjaer ended up on the deck. Paul Durkin was very well placed to make that decision. And he had to be 100% sure he was going to give Manchester United anything there, whether it was in or outside the area. Edu. Ljungberg. There's a little bit of a dive there by Freddie Ljungberg that time. Brown. Scholes.
For a team that have played a cup final, 3-4 days ago, Martin, Arsenal's energy levels have been absolutely sensational. When they haven't had the ball, Arsene Wenger's team have just been magnificent.
I'm not sure about his energy levels, by the way.
No, but I think he'll be a happy man. He's always portrayed that confident air, and he's quite right. His team have been magnificent this season.
When they won the championship in 1998, they won 1-0 at Manchester United during the season. When they won the championship in 1991, they won 1-0 at Old Trafford in that season. They lead 1-0 here. Kanu. 20 minutes to go. That time will not exactly roar past for Arsenal fans. That will seem like a lifetime.
That took the 5 a day. That little easy layoff from Ryan Giggs. The ball's there. He's just got to pop it back to his fullback and miss-hit it. But they've had to play Manchester United under enormous pressure, great pressure, when Arsenal haven't had the ball.
Parlour. Wiltor, cross comes Blanc. It wasn't exactly assertive as Arsenal got through for that goal. Silvestre lost the ball. Blanc couldn't stop the progression from Arsenal. Barthez only pushed it out for Wiltor. Vieira. Keogh, as far forward as we've seen him this evening in free play. Silvestre. Let me offer you another incentive for Manchester United. With Liverpool leading at Anfield against Blackburn, of course, if Manchester United were to lose this game, the odds would be on them finishing third at lowest Premiership place and having to face a qualifying round in the Champions League. There's plenty of reason for the team in red to rouse themselves, to rally themselves, and they've still got the capacity to turn things around against the would-be champions tonight. Giggs. Headed away by Keogh. Wiltor. Suits Arsenal, though, to not exactly charge forward on the counter-attack. Make use of the space available if Manchester United do overcommit. Vieira and Ljungberg scuttling on again. Ball still in play. Kanu, right header out by Keane. It comes to Patrick Vieira.
Oh, why didn't he hit it? Why didn't he hit it?
Lauren. Back for Parlour. Across for Campbell, trying to keep it error-free at the back. Ljungberg. Vieira. Spell of controlled possession here by Arsenal. Edu. Cole.
This is comfortable, controlled football at the moment from Arsenal. There's almost an air of resignation, you know, out the pitch. Because this has been a fabulous performance from the away side.
Wiltor. But now Fortune. Arsenal have given it away. Solskjaer. Keane. Trying to crack the whip again. Scholes. And Ljungberg picks it up. Finds a change of pace. But leaves Keane. Wiltor. Manu loping onto the scene. Well, it's certainly moved from leisurely pace into very much threatening mode to Manchester United. And the same might be said here for Ryan Giggs against Arsenal. It's his ball. Coming towards the final 15 minutes of this game, and maybe of Manchester United's title defence.
I just don't see where the goal's coming from. I mean, I hate to say that, the Arsenal supporters listening, but I just do not see Manchester United creating anything. They haven't looked like they had the key to unlock this Arsenal defence.
Silvestre, it's over here. No, it's not, because he bent into the line of flight. Good touch by Giggs. Fortune. Too deep. Yeah. Martin Keown was looking for some sort of verbal retribution against Solskjaer. What a night it will be for Tony Adams, and how he deserves it. Monday, 7:30, his testimonial against Celtic. Sky Sports 1 join us for that. On Thursday, international football. We're all getting into World Cup mode. Republic of Ireland and Nigeria preparing for the Far East. Sky Sports 1, you can see it next Thursday. Keane. And there's some jockeying off the ball there between Campbell and Van Nistelrooy. It's all kept pretty sensible in the end. It's not too much of a hurry to release it. And that's the sort of reach for possession that has served Arsenal so well. Wiltor, a ball that probably wasn't quite his. Parlour. The orchestrator. And whether Arsene Wenger is thinking of making a change here. Edu. Ashley Cole can take it down and take the fight to Manchester United. Ljungberg. Pointing a finger or two at Van Nistelrooy. Ljungberg's got to be careful he doesn't get bracketed in the same way. Trying to make the most of minimal contact.
I mean, Arsene Wenger doesn't need to make a change, Mark. I can't believe he'd want to upset his back four or his midfield quartet, who have been absolutely top draw. I think the only thing he might do is he might think Wiltord and Kanu, he might bring someone on a little bit more defensive-minded. Just take one of those off and then just say, go on, we'll block it off even more.
Well, they need Ray Parlour at right back here. But having made the responsibility, or taken the responsibility of getting there, he was happy to feel Fortune at his back. Well, here's some better news for Manchester United. Look at that, 3-3, and Matt Jansen, who certainly on the fringe, as Sven-Göran Eriksson's thinking. Although he's not yet got a cap, not yet got into a squad when he's been healthy. He's ill, of course, for the chance against Paraguay that looked as though it would come his way. 3,000 Arsenal fans here officially. Counting down the closing minutes here.
Oh, they're very close, Mark. Very, very, very close.
Vieira. And talk in the Arsenal camp about the fatigue factor for Patrick Vieira. Played so many games this season, not just for his club, but a real linchpin of France now. Of course, he wasn't back in the '98 World Cup finals.
Listen, man, he can be tired on Saturday if he wants, and he sees it out tonight. Not a problem there. There's a championship to be won.
And he's won it before. He was in the double-winning setup 4 years ago, as was Ray Parlour. But for the majority out there in Arsenal gold, the glory in the Premiership is a new experience. Think of Sol Campbell, who's to watch it from a Tottenham perspective for so many years. It's at Highbury, but also at Manchester United as well. Player cam now to the Arsenal scorer tonight. Sky Digital viewers, red button on the remote. Waving goodbye to Manchester United and the ability to call themselves champions. Block. Scholes. Silvestre. Knocked away by Campbell. Manchester United throw. Still 10 minutes. If the turnaround's going to happen. Scholes. Silvestre. It's a 50-50, Edu and Silvestre, and Arsenal came out on top. Silvestre's actually limping from the force of the challenge. It was perfectly fair. It was impact boot on ball, but jarred up a knee maybe of Mikhail Silvestre.
Well, again, it was a ball that got away from him, wasn't it? Tempted to tackle in, and Edu. Well, he's been great with Vieira tonight in that middle of that park, Martin, in front of the two giant centre-backs that have been playing for them.
Philip Neville. Scholes. Fortune.
Well, if you're going to win matches, you need to have attempts at goal. And Manchester United, can I tell you, have not had one attempt at goal in the second half. And we're into the last 10 minutes. That's how well Arsenal have defended tonight.
Wiltor. Brown almost in frustration then. We heard that Arsenal fan interview before the game saying, well, we went to Liverpool and won it in 1989. We won it actually at White Hart Lane back in 1971. On a Monday night of a week that ended with the FA Cup final and the double, and Frank McClintock. And it does now look as though the Arsenal archives will now point to a magnificent night in Manchester.
Not quite sure what Martin had in mind there with that cross-field pass straight into touch. Well, it's going to take something of Champions League final against Bayern Munich proportions, Martin. A game that they looked like losing. Sir Alex Ferguson's side, and somehow 2 set pieces later they were winning the competition. I can't see anything other than something like that changing it around, because in free play they've just not looked like it.
And here goes Giggs. Backed up by Scholes. Van Nistelrooy has just dropped out for a square ball. Scholes didn't spot, and he has played it to the Dutchman. Deeper than he would have wanted, but his run snuffed out. Silvestre. Now look at this. It's now Liverpool 4, Blackburn 3, 4 minutes from the end. Emile Heskey.
Not good enough.
Should they lose this game, Manchester United would be their 6th home defeat of the season, with their worst run for 24 years in that respect. And the league seasons used to have 42 games as well. And some of those who have come here to cheer Manchester United are giving up on them. With a little over 5 minutes left.
I have to say, Martin, you know me, I'm never one for saying that's it when there's time in a football match, so much can happen. But I would be absolutely amazed if Manchester United can rescue this game now and win it.
Parlour. Here's Lauren. Is he going to be thinking about going towards the corner flag? But any thoughts cut short by Philip Neville. Could be a booking.
He'll take a booking.
The man from Cameroon. Well, that's the fella you might have seen 4 years ago when Arsenal won here in the league. Barry Thirst, his name is. Solskjaer. On the scene here is Wes Brown, who's never scored for Manchester United and had maybe the opportunity to let fly when the ball first arrived at him.
Yeah, look at Keown though. How quick was Martin Keown across? How quick did he go and help Ashley Cole?
Corner for United.
Well, it was just about this time, wasn't it? Against Bayern Munich, swung in a corner.
Later.
Was it later?
You're getting a bit ahead of yourself, aren't you?
Oh, dear.
Keane. David Seaman won the league twice already and 4 minutes away from being part of a championship winning setup again. Very different to last year when he conceded 6 here at Old Trafford.
Yeah, there might only be 3,000 of them in the ground, Martin, but they are making some noise now. I think they know their team are there.
Solskjaer. Van Nistelrooy. Pass Vieira. It's Ljungberg who makes the first challenge, and then Van Nistelrooy got a piece of Freddie Ljungberg. He's stayed down. Wiltor decides to exact the sort of revenge that is the right way, the retribution by going for goal and trying to get another for Arsenal.
Well, Freddie's back after Van Nistelrooy.
He is.
He's not happy at all.
You'd expect Manchester United to go down fighting here, but euphemistically rather than literally.
Well, they came together, and then there was just a little bit of, well, not sure what went on there, but certainly there was contact made. A little dig in the ribs for Freddie Ljungberg, luckily on the blind side of the referee.
They came prepared at the Arsenal end. Keane's there again. He won't give it up until the final whistle. But that is only a couple of minutes plus added time away. And Lee Dixon, born here in Manchester, coming to the end of a glorious career with Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, it's candy. I thought the only thing they would do, Martin, if they're going to do it, would bring off the front man and put somebody else on just to shore it up, make sure no mistakes are made, and makes perfect sense to me. Job done. Well done, Kanu. Worked his socks off up front. Maybe not all in a positive sense, but defensively he couldn't have done more for his team. Him and Wiltor tonight. They were the first line of defence. Started there. Went its way all through the team from the first minute.
Well, it's Dixon ahead of Lauren on the right-hand side. They've gone 5 in midfield, just Wiltor up top. Vieira. Here is Dixon. Only Wiltor to aim for, and he finds it. Blanc. 90th minute. It's about this time in Barcelona. Manchester United started their incredible comeback.
Well, I've got half an eye on Jeff Winter to see just how long Arsenal have got to wait. Looks like it's 3.
Time ticking away from Manchester United and ticking towards an eruption of delirious joy for Arsenal Football Club. Keown did his job with the ball. And, got away without making any further points to Ruud van Nistelrooy.
It's going to be 3 minutes, Martin. That's how close Arsenal are. A quick glimpse of the board. The 4th official has
Scholes. This is Quinton Fortune. Gets it deep with his left foot towards Van Nistelrooy. And Vieira on hand to hoist it away, and back goes Blanc. Out came Barthez.
Just stay on the 18-yard line. That'd be my advice to Arsenal. No point in coming out, leaving space. Get your big boys in there. Defend your 18-yard line now.
Brown. They've turned up the volume again at Old Trafford. And one would hope that the Manchester United fans in the ground would pay their tribute to Arsenal. There's been a general feeling, I think, in this part of the world that if it wasn't going to come here, they'd prefer it to go to Highbury. They definitely didn't want it to go to Anfield. Keown hasn't dealt with it the first time. Keane. Philip Neville. Scholes has got space to move into here. Out comes Edu. Off Lauren's head. Scholes, and there's not been the goals for Paul Scholes this season that would measure up with his previous tally. He's not yet in double figures. Still one more game to go. Charlton here. Liverpool have won 4 goals to 3, and they will go above Manchester United.
Well, we might be in the theatre of dreams, Martin, but it's Arsenal's dreams that are going to be answered tonight. No praise high enough, I don't think. They've been sensational.
They've won so many games with flair and attacking brilliance, but this has been the epitome of what it takes to beat the best of your challengers. It'll be a double, of course, against Manchester United in the Premiership, unless United get 1 goal. They surely can't get 2 now. Giggs. And now Brown. And there's Vieira breaking it up, and Ljungberg finding Wiltor. Missed by Blanc. And he's got runners either side, Sylvain Wiltor. This is Ray Parlour. Flies up to Barthez, and there's Lee Dixon looking for rebounds. Oh, and he didn't expect the goalkeeper to rebound into his face.
Had a little flick, Lee Dixon, but look, they can't believe it. They're nearly there. Supporters and players alike.
Paul Durkin looks at his watch. History in the making for the club from Highbury. They are the champions. They have taken the title away from Manchester United, and they have done it here at Old Trafford. It does not get more conclusive than that. Sylvain Wiltor's goal. Arsene Wenger's team, every bit as good as the manager's words. He had no doubts. An amazing element of their success, this incredible away record. Not one defeat on their travels. In the modern game, you would think that would be impossible. Maybe that's been the basis of it all. Goal scoring 2, finding the net in every game.
Yes, Vieira and his manager come together. Fantastic.
Down the years, Arsenal have been successful, but not always admired. But up and down the land, you do sense a genuine appreciation for the way this Arsenal team play. And tonight, they were perfect. Shorn of Thierry Henry and Tony Adams, those who were here have done the club proud. It's been a particularly tough year to prove that you're the best in the land, but Arsenal have shown it without a shadow of a doubt. The double, their third double, 71, 98 and 2002. Precious, precious moments, because they are the cream of the crop. In gold shirts tonight, and they have given a golden performance to win the silverware of the FA Barclaycard Premiership.
No, I can't agree more, Martin. They've been fantastic from the minute the season started, and they won 4-0 up at Middlesbrough. We saw them come back amazingly against Aston Villa at Highbury and win a game they could easily have lost. I learnt more about them when we went to Anfield and watched them win an amazing game that they probably should have lost. And then we saw another side tonight, a side that was determined, a side that was disciplined, not the flair there tonight, but a side that came and did the job, and the way they've done the job from August to May. They are the champions, deserved champions, they are the best.
Well, shades of Anfield 89, when Arsenal actually took the title from Liverpool. They got the trophy that night, but it will be a presentation party to follow Saturday's Premiership finale against Everton. We'll be there for that. And then what a night next Monday for Tony Adams and his testimonial. Manchester United fans accustomed to seeing the Championship won here. Well, they've seen it won again tonight, but not by their beloved Reds. And as we've been saying earlier, if you ask most of them, they would have preferred this to losing out to Liverpool, which looked a real possibility for a time, but they may well lose out now to Liverpool for second place. The job is done. It started at Middlesbrough back in August. Sol Campbell stepped into the side then, and what a rock he has been. Ray Parlour's 400th game for the club on the proudest of nights. Patrick Vieira kisses the shirt. How much could that mean? Is that the end of the speculation? And Sir Bobby Charlton, sportingly representing Manchester United, says, well done to the champions. Not Manchester United this year, but Arsenal. They have done it by Sylvain Wiltor's goal to nil. The double, the Premiership. They are the pick of the bunch. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1.
Not only are we with Arsenal at the weekend for a championship party, we're going to Anfield as well. If Liverpool beat Ipswich, they go down, of course, Ipswich, but Liverpool will secure second place, and Manchester United will finish out of the top two for the first time in Premiership history. Alan Smith seems to make an Arsenal fan proud.
Yeah, as Andy said, they don't come along too often, these kind of scenes, and seeing the lads celebrate there in the corner of the ground with one corner of the stadium still full, shades of Anfield 89, brings back a lot of memories.
The championship section, they called it tonight, and they were right, weren't they?
Fantastic.
12 straight league wins, and in amongst it, a semi-final for the FA Cup, a trophy from Cardiff at the weekend, but they found the energy again this evening to come to Old Trafford and take the championship away from Manchester United in their backyard. Here's Ray Parlour, man of the match.
Ray, your 400th game, your second championship, your second double. How does it feel to win it at the home of the ex-champions?
It's brilliant. I can't explain it at the moment. You know, the fans at the end there are fantastic, and it's been a long season. We've had some ups and downs, but you know, all the lads are stuck together. To win it at Old Trafford, it's fantastic.
After the cup final and all the energy you expended in the cup final, you all look like spring chickens out there.
I think, you know, it's a special game at Manchester anyway, you know, but to try and win it at win it here is even better. So you know, the lads found a little bit extra tonight, and so important that we've done that, and got the goal, really settled down well, kept the ball really well, and it's a great win for us. And to be fair, like, you know, we haven't lost away from home this season, so the lads have shown great character and great spirit.
Ray, what was the game plan tonight? You're expecting, I assume, an onslaught from Manchester United.
Yeah, you know, we try to keep it tight for the first 20, full champagne. But, you know, it was one of them where we just had to keep the ball and not letting them score early doors. We done that. And second half, you know, we settled down well, got the goal, which we richly deserved, I thought, and, you know, went on to win the game. But it's a great night for us, and to win it at Manchester is even better.
Well done. You are the Barclaycard man of the match, and you are the Barclaycard champions. Well done, Ray.
He knew that champagne was coming, didn't he? Just kept looking left and waiting. Ultimately, they didn't disappoint him. Ray Parlour, Barclaycard man of the match, and they're going home very happy tonight as well. We're at Highbury at the weekend for a championship party. Everton the opposition. The trophy that we've been sat amongst tonight, and pleased to do so, will be presented to Arsenal at Highbury Saturday, 2 o'clock start there. And if you want to see Liverpool and Ipswich, that's live on Sky Sports 2 at 3 o'clock. Liverpool win that, they take second place, and of course Ipswich Town go down. Alan Smith, Gary Pallister, the trophy, and more reaction with the champions when we come back. Just one goal tonight, but what a goal. Ljungberg at the heart of it again, Sylvain Wiltord with the finish, and Arsenal are the champions. You try and keep them down tonight. Arsenal, Premiership champions, and they've done it at Old Trafford. Here's Freddie, who did it again tonight. His bit.
Freddie, champagne in hand, how sweet a moment is this?
Feels very, very nice. I've been waiting for it for 3 years, so it feels good.
And what does it mean to come here and win it in the champion's own backyard?
Oh, of course, it's special, but I'm just happy I won it.
How difficult was that tonight? How much was it all about holding your nerve?
It was very hard. They're a very good side, but I think we coped with it and it felt good. Now I'm going celebrating. Sorry.
OK, we'll talk to you in a minute.
At least he didn't swear this time. Freddie Ljungberg, who's been magnificent in this run-in. He really has. Words failure to describe his contribution to Arsenal's championship season, double winning season. Here's the manager.
Arsene, can anybody argue now who's the best?
I don't think so. We have 84 points. We have, I think, made a tremendous record tonight. We complete the double. We have never lost away from home. We have 14 wins and scored in every game since the beginning of the season. That's absolutely tremendous. And you have seen again tonight the character in this team. We were solid as a rock in the first half when we suffered a lot, and in the second half I think we made the difference.
You only did need a point here. Can you tell me how it feels to have actually beaten the champions and to take the title in their own backyard?
Well, we wanted to, of course, tonight to be a shift of power and to bring this Premier League trophy back home to Highbury and play against Everton and just enjoy it. But of course, at the beginning of the game, we would have been happy with a point, but in the second half, we could score a goal, and then we looked really solid. They never looked really threatening us, really good defensively. And I think at 1-0, Man United realised that they would not win the game tonight.
Talk about a shift of power. What will it take until you're convinced that that is really happening?
Well, I think shift of power means we won the league this year, and of course we want to do it again next season. It's a very different championship, and the fact that you have done 84 points already is tremendous.
You said that you've been 100% confident that they would win the title. When were you that confident? Was the turning point at Anfield?
Yes, it was a turning point because we just lost against Newcastle, and when we won at Anfield, with 10 men. Every time we were back to the wall, we found the resources to win the games, and from Anfield on, I was convinced that we would win the championship.
You've done it the hard way, injuries and suspensions.
Yeah.
Is it all about spirit, this squad?
Well, I would say so. It's down to my staff, who has been absolutely fantastic the whole season. But the togetherness around the team. And as well, this victory is more than ever the victory of the squad, because everybody contributed. Players who didn't play tonight, but everybody had such a great team spirit that everybody played a part in it.
Can you compare this squad to the squad of '98?
I think what we've done this year is stronger in the cup, because we been big teams in the cup, and in the championship we finished with 78 points. At the moment we have 84 and have never lost away.
But just finally, Arsene, can you just sum up again what it means to win it here at Old Trafford?
It's just fantastic, because it's the team you want to beat, because we're dominating in this country last season and 2 seasons before, and for us to have that mental strength and to bring it back to Highbury, of course, means a lot.
Congratulations, enjoy the night.
Thank you very much.
So calm, isn't he? Unflustered, so thoughtful. Wouldn't you just love them to dump champagne all over him? Or put him in the bath?
Chuck him in the bath.
And say, well done, boss.
They might do that when he gets in there. I mean, he doesn't show it like some people show it, but, you know, I think Arsenal's in his heart now, it's in his blood, and it means an awful lot to him.
I have to say that with dignity, Manchester United have handed it over. I mean, commiserations to them, but for the way they behaved tonight and the manner in which it went, Gary, you have to hold your hands up and say well done, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal came, you know, the game plan was fantastic. We talk about the team spirit, the grafting they did during the, you know, the onslaught that sort of came in the first 10 minutes. They stood up against that. They were superb all night. United never really got behind them, opened them up, and they just frustrated them all night. And
I think we saw a different Arsenal tonight, didn't we? One that we haven't seen too much of this year, because they've been so fantastic going forward, but you know, the sheer determination and the organisation of the side, the sheer will to hold out and protect that goal. I mean, it could almost be in a George Graham side, couldn't it?
Possibilities there of a penalty for Manchester United. There were some appeals on another day, perhaps, but decision to leave out Ruud van Nistelrooy. There may have been nothing left in the tank at this stage of the season, Gary, but there'll be some eyebrows raised, weren't there? And there'll be some questions now, presumably, for Sir Alex Ferguson to ask. Would he have made a difference?
The way Arsenal played, I'd probably say no. I think they were so resolute and so determined throughout the 90 minutes tonight. I think, you know, you need the service. The service wasn't really there. They defended in depth and defended in numbers, and there just wasn't the space there for even the likes of Ruud van Nistelrooy to.
I mean, only Sir Alex Ferguson knows, doesn't he? He's closest to the situation. He looks at him during training, but he's such a major player for them that you are surprised when he doesn't feature in such a huge game. As you say, I mean, he would have been feeding off scraps tonight, because the way Arsenal defended, I mean, Ray Parlour, he just covered every blade of grass. He was fantastic. Arsenal's best player in the cup final, and the best by far tonight. Ferry Ljungberg again having an influence.
And how many times he ran behind the back of the defenders like that?
Yeah.
And you know, it's a great run. He times it to perfection.
How did Kanu clear Viltord there? Some jump.
You're right, that is some jump.
Yeah, it is some jump.
Duncan McKenzie used to do that, didn't he? Over
That's
a minute.
right, that's right.
Many years ago.
You're showing your age now, Rich.
The cool finish from Viltord.
My dad told me.
He's weighed in with some important goals this year, Viltord. It's been a difficult season for him, because he's been in and out in different positions, but showing good character. If he doesn't deliver anything else, Viltord, he delivers hard work and a first-rate attitude.
Well, that was the case all over the pitch tonight.
Oh, it was. I mean, there were some immense performances. I mean, we've mentioned Ray Parlour, but Vieira, Adu in the middle there, they protected the back four superbly. And I thought Keown and Sol Campbell, I mean, Sol Campbell, for me, has been one of the players of the season for Arsenal.
One attempt on target from Manchester United, second half. Arsenal won it by a goal to them. Do you know what I'm really surprised about? There may be very good reasons why, but that Tony Adams didn't make the trip, and that Thierry Henry didn't make the trip tonight, because as good as Saturday's going to be, it was done here, wasn't it?
This is it, isn't it? This is the moment you can't replace. Hearing that final whistle and the scenes now on the pitch, they're moments that stay with you forever. I mean, I've experienced it, and I would imagine Tony, sitting at home watching these pictures, he would have a feeling inside that, why on earth wasn't I up there? He's the club captain, and he should be there leading those celebrations, you know. We think perhaps he might retire at the end of this year. He might not, but he might regret that decision, and I am surprised he didn't come up.
They're still celebrating. Celebrations have only just started, haven't they? How long will it go on for? That's the only unanswered question. There's a party to come at Highbury at the weekend. We'll be there as well. We'll also be watching Liverpool play Ipswich. That's our second game. If Liverpool win that, they take second place. Ipswich go down, and Manchester United finish outside the top 3 for the first time ever. Let's get some more reaction.
Patrick, crown champions and double winners, how does it feel?
That feels fantastic. I think we fight all through the year, and I think today the spirit was fantastic, and we showed that we wanted to win it here today, and I think we played a fantastic game.
That performance tonight, did it in many ways typify Arsenal this season?
Yeah, I think all season we show our spirit, and we knew that will be a difficult game, but we have 4 points in front of them, so we just working really hard for each other, and in the end we scored a fantastic goal. So we're really pleased and really happy today.
At what point during the campaign did you think we are going to win this now? When did you believe it?
Since the start, when we started the league, we knew that we had a team to go through to the league. And all season we worked really hard, and we proved today that it's not just on the pitch. I think the spirit with every player was fantastic, and it was fantastic.
Let's bring in the old stager. Lee, that's your fourth title medal. How does it feel, and how does it compare to the others?
Oh, it's fantastic. It just gets better and better. Obviously, not too long ahead, I'll be probably hanging my boots up. I haven't decided yet. So, but yeah, just to be a part of this squad, I've said before this season that this is the best squad I've played with. Not only the team is an exceptional team, but the squad and the depth of in every position. It's just been an outstanding season, and people like Pat have gelled into the club and have made it their own now.
What was required tonight? Did it remind you of Anfield '89?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, first half was a bit cagey. Obviously, only needing a point. It's psychologically that's sometimes difficult, but I think that, as you said before, that just typifies our season really. The way that we didn't just come here to get a point. We've gone out there and we've beat probably one of the best teams in Europe on their own backyard, and you know, it's great to see the United players shaking our hands at the end, and I think they realise that we've deserved it this season.
Is it important to mention tonight as well, perhaps some of the players that aren't here, Rob Perez, Tony Adams, etc.?
Yeah, especially the injured players, Gio and Robert. It's easy to say we've done it for them, but that's in the back of all our minds that they had exceptional seasons, and to win nothing would have been a disaster really. So we've won it for them. We've won it for the other players who've not been here, Tony and that, but we've also won it for ourselves. It's always nice to win things for yourself as well as everybody else.
Patrick, on the final whistle, I saw you kissing your shirt. Does this club mean that much to you?
Yeah, I think I proved it today that the club mean a lot, because the club gave me a lot since I joined them. So I hope that I give them back what they deserve. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the double.
Endless speculation about you. But when Arsenal win medals, is that what would want to make you stay with a club that win things?
That's a bit unfair.
Let me enjoy my night. Let me enjoy it.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
That's a very interesting answer, isn't it? And rumours abound about Old Trafford that David Beckham has agreed a new contract, that it's likely to be signed before Manchester United play again. That'll be right on the back of the squad announcement from Sven-Göran Eriksson tomorrow. We'll get more on that as and when this evening before we go, if we can. But it's a night that's ended in victory for Arsenal, champions here at Old Trafford.
Hello, Sky Hi, champion Sky Sports.
Correct. When we come back, we'll have a look at how Liverpool took second place tonight, and they can finish second if they win again on Saturday. Arsenal won it at Old Trafford, back in London, North London at the Highbury Barn. This is how the final whistle was received there. I hope you've got an extension, landlord, because it's going to be a very busy and long night. Arsenal, champions, FA Cup winners, to double again for the third time. What a night. And David Seaman is waiting to talk to us.
Your third championship, second double. Tell us how it feels.
I can't. I just feel absolutely fantastic. You know, it's brilliant to win it here and keep the record going. You know, we haven't got beaten away from home, and now we've just got so much to look forward to. You know, we've got the trophy at Highbury in front of our fans, and you know, part of the reason why we went out there was because of the fans. We knew they'd be locked in, and you know, we just want to give them some pleasure. And because they were fantastic tonight.
I know Arsene Wenger's been telling us he's been 100% confident. Did the players really believe it was going to happen tonight?
No, you hope it's going to happen. You know, you never commit yourself like that as a player. But you know, the gaffer obviously believed it, and he told us to believe it. But you know, the way that we went out there was brilliant. We played really well, defended really well, and limited them to, you know, quite long range chances really.
It was a night for cool heads and composure as well, David, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you know, although Martin lost his a few times, but that's just Martin. It was. You know, we needed to be experienced. We knew what we wanted. We knew we'd got another chance if it didn't happen here tonight. But you know, we desperately wanted to do it tonight, and we've done it, and it's now a great feeling.
Was it the hardest game of the season? What was the atmosphere like out there?
No, it wasn't the hardest. It was just that there was so much at stake. You know, and the lads today, they were calm. You know, they were calm in the hotel. We were having a laugh and a joke and things. And even in the dressing room, there was nobody feeling nervous or anything like that. You know, and it just felt right. You know, and tonight's proved it has been.
Which has been your favourite championship?
It's hard to compare them, but obviously to win it here in Manchester is a great feeling for me. I must imagine it'll rank against when Arsenal won it at Liverpool. But you know, tonight's a great night for me.
A lot of pressure out there, was there, before you went into this one?
Yeah, lots of it, but you know, we've had it before. We've just come off the cup final. That was a big game. You know, we didn't play all that well, but we got a great result. And you know, it's same as tonight. You know, we knew what we had to do, and it's a great compliment to this squad that when they know what to do, you know, they go out and get it.
Thanks, David.
Thank you very much.
Did he play? Just looks as though he's about to go out, doesn't he?
Mr. Unflappable.
Wasn't convinced by the interview with Patrick Vieira that he was staying around. Are you?
It didn't quite look like it, did it? I mean, he obviously wants to enjoy the moment, but
of course.
He's won 2 doubles now. 6 years he's been here, shown great commitment. So you think, well, what's to keep him here? Real Madrid don't come calling every day, and if that's the case, you couldn't blame him for going.
Rumours at Old Trafford that David Beckham is staying, mind that he'll sign a new contract before the weekend. We'll confirm that if we can before we go. Goals galore at Anfield tonight. Remember, Liverpool could take second place if Manchester United lost here, and they beat... That's the top. Manchester United third now. Liverpool in second place, a point clear of them, and Arsenal champions tonight. Very dignified tonight, Manchester United. And here's the manager, Sir Alex Ferguson.
Sir Alex, are Arsenal worthy champions in your opinion?
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't think there's any question. They've won the last 12 matches. I don't think they've lost a goal in the last 7 matches. So, without question, what the champions.
In terms of your team, could you have tried any harder tonight? Did you throw everything at them?
Well, we had a good momentum in the game. We had the control of the game for a good hour until they scored. And after they scored, I thought, never going to get back.
It's probably too early for an inquest. Is it more important now that you concentrate on coming second?
Well, obviously, we get the game is Saturday, but I think Liverpool have to either draw or lose a game. But we've got to concentrate and try and win. If we do that, we may have a chance of being second yet.
It's an unusual feeling for United to win nothing. What is the atmosphere like amongst the players?
Well, it's disappointing. It was a very disappointing season, but when you lose 6 games at home, then you don't deserve to win the league.
Is that what you think undone your campaign, the home form?
Absolutely. Well, I think the early season form was the foundation for that failure, but without question, losing 6 games at home is a lot.
The last time you ended up with nothing, you came back and won the treble. Is that what you've told the players already? Starting to rouse
No,
them?
I haven't said anything to the players. I've left them alone because I think they're as disappointed as I am.
We understand the one bright spot is that David Beckham is about to sign a contract. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're very near to it. There's only a few details, so hopefully something will be announced soon.
Bad luck tonight. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Well, that's the good news for Manchester United, that David Beckham has all but put pen to paper. Patrick Vieira, he didn't want to answer the question as positively as that. Alan Smith, final word on the Gunners.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a classic campaign, hasn't it? It's been thoroughly entertaining, and I think they've been classic champions. Some fantastic football right through. Didn't really have a mid-season blip or whatever. Very consistent, flamboyant going forward. As good, I think, as Arsenal fans have ever seen in the entire history. Great moment tonight, historic moment, one that the lads will look back on forever.
And a dignified evening for Manchester United, Gary.
Yeah, I think the manager spoke really well there. Arsenal have been superb all season. Fantastic individuals, a great collective spirit. But it'd be interesting to see how Manchester United bounce back next year.
Treble winners.
Well, last time, the first time they lost it when I was here, we ended up with nothing. We won the double the following year. We went one better, they won the treble, so quadruple next
You wouldn't
year.
bet against them, would you?
No, they're going to be stung by that. In that dressing room now, I think Alex Ferguson will say to them at the start of next season, remember how you felt. Remember that dressing room, the feeling when you got beat at Arsenal at Old Trafford. He'll use that as a positive next year to get the best out of his team.
I bet David Beckham signed before they turn up here again at Old Trafford on Saturday. That would lift the home fans. We're going to Highbury. We're going to see a championship party. That's at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Next, here on Sky Sports. Anything to say about that or anything else that's happened in the evening, give us a telephone call on 09009 100 200. And you too could be on Sky Sports. That's next. It's Arsenal's night. Don't stop till you get enough. Well, they just never stopped, did they? And they haven't yet had enough. There's more celebrations to come at Highbury, 2 o'clock Saturday. We'll be there. Trust you will.
You know, I was wondering, if you could keep on, because the Force, it's got a lot of power, and it makes me feel like it makes me feel like
It was in no great power's interest to go to war in 1914, and yet they all did it.
World War I Fortnight continues tonight at 10 on UK History.
I thought they were for the party.
Hi, Chris.
Abby. Chris, hi. So? Come on through, guys.
Ferrero Rocher. What you give, you will receive. Glenfiddich Single Malt Scotch Whisky. The independent spirit.
Experience an entirely new version of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, the 4-disc extended DVD edition. Never released in theaters or on DVD, this brand new version includes over 30 minutes of new and extended scenes.
Everything that appears in this edition was specially shot and edited together and made exclusively just for this deluxe DVD edition.
The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, the special extended DVD edition.
You look. You stare. You hold your breath. Your pulse races. Is it the clarity? Is it the performance? Is it the sleek design? Flat panel television by Samsung. It's digital temptation, and everyone's invited.
Join AOL now, because to thank our 2 million members, we're giving away £2,000 every day to one lucky member and a fantastic £200,000 in our grand prize draw. You can pick up a free trial CD in store, or you may receive one through the post. Or you can always give us a call.
Yes, hello, I'd like one of your free trial discs, please. I've got one.
For your completely free trial, call now and give yourself the chance to win in AOL Thanks to You giveaway.
I wanted to live to see Germany destroyed.
The Nazis, a warning from history. Starts Monday at 11 on UK History.